Eu comecei a andar de bicicleta quando eu tinha 5 anos, sempre pelo incentivo do meu pai e da minha mãe também.
O que me incentivou a andar de bicicleta foi a liberdade que ela me proporciona. Bom, a minha vida toda é representada pelo mountain bike, porque desde muito pequena eu comecei andando de bike, me destaquei, competi. Eu adoro estar no meio da natureza, me movimentando. E hoje eu sou fundadora da Flowride, que é um bike school, mas ele é uma escola integral mesmo, porque abrange vários movimentos.
Eu gosto bastante de estar sempre fazendo coisas novas, tendo contato com a natureza, praticando esportes. Me faz sentir assim, mais livre, gosto de estar sempre com a minha família. Geralmente eu pedalo mais com os meninos, não tem tantas meninas assim, mas agora eu sinto que tá crescendo mais meninas entrando e conseguindo pedalar junto.
A diferença de que na minha época, o que mais me incomodava por o mountain bike, a bike em si, ser um esporte mais predominado por homens, nenhuma menina fazia. Então eu sendo a única, eu sofri um pouco de bullying assim dos meninos. Então acho que isso que era o que mais me incomodava, porque nas pistas eu sentia que eu não tinha o meu espaço.
Que eu, por exemplo, tô muito junto com pessoas mais velhas do que eu, né? E às vezes sinto falta de pessoas, de meninas da minha idade. E seria muito legal se outras meninas queressem começar a participar de trilha, só por pedalar mesmo. Mais pra frente eu espero que as pessoas comecem a enxergar de um jeito diferente. Bike é bike, cada um vai do jeito que gosta, usa a bike que tem e é isso que importa, assim, pegar e fazer o esporte, independente do que for.
Eu acho que bike é uma tribo só. Independente se eu ando de cross country, se eu ando de enduro, se eu ando de downhill, se eu ando de BMX, eu acho que duas rodas são duas rodas. Eu acho que o cenário ideal seria menos preconceito, mais união, mais apoio coletivo e também mais consciência corporal, consciência nossa mesmo de tentar se tornar um pouco melhor a cada rolê.
Às vezes é legal eu poder ser um incentivo para as outras meninas, então vou continuar fazendo porque eu gosto e eu vou continuar pedalando pro resto da vida.
Isa, eu sei o quanto é difícil pedalar sozinha e eu fico muito feliz que mesmo sozinha você continua se motivando e não para de praticar o esporte. Mas eu vou te mostrar um lugar e você vai ver que você não tá sozinha. Vamos nessa?
Vamos.
You guys are not fast enough to beat me and Kendall.
Dang girl, get it!
Oh my God, look at these shoes.
That was pure drag race.
Don't go too fast, Justin.
did they just leave us with nothing to say? Where we were waiting for friends and family. Pass away, you'll come in handy.
For your desires, be careful of your sins. You don't want your past, it might do you in. But it's your nature to cross. A fight for your life and the choice is yours. You're gonna make your peace, or take to the grave your pain and disease.
A rotina pode ser algo que nos prende, mas há vida dentro dela. É só querer estar em movimento e aproveitar cada segundo. Acelerar para chegar a tempo ou esperar o tempo certo para se mexer. Por isso que pedalar é demais, e é para todos. Pedalar é escapar para um mundo só seu.
A Specialized adverte. Use capacete mesmo quando estiver atrasado.
É decidir onde ir e quando parar. É ser mais livre e mais forte do que nunca. Pedalar é colocar corpo e mente na mesma velocidade. É se transportar com a própria energia para o trabalho e para a felicidade. Que apesar de ser para você, impacta a vida de todos nós. Pedale. Não há hora melhor para pedalar do que a hora que você tem. E não há lugar melhor para pedalar do que o lugar que você vive. Mesmo que você viva atrasado.
Porque eu acho que a gente vive tanto tempo.
Batman dream, good men lie, deaf men speak, blind
Com crianças, o ajuste perfeito é sempre de curta duração. Então, quando desenvolvemos uma bicicleta que é para ser usada por muitos anos de pedalada, nós procuramos uma maneira de criar algo que possa atingir um ajuste perfeito por várias vezes. Trouxemos nossos filhos e analisamos como eles estavam pedalando. Juntando isso a um estudo de tendência de crescimento juvenil, fomos capazes de incorporar afinações que permitem a jet ser ajustável por até 3 verões. Cada componente foi desenvolvido com o pensamento em um jovem ciclista. O guidão ajustável acomoda-se para o mais confortável alcance e para o crescimento das pernas temos 2 posições para os pedais e um canote extra longo. Pensando em um melhor alinhamento ao pedalar, nós criamos um selim infantil e reduzimos o fator Q para os pé-de-velas. Para ter melhor manobrabilidade e confiança, fizemos os punhos menores, incluindo as manetes de freio que são ajustáveis facilmente. As crianças estão sempre indo e crescendo, por isso merecem um passeio que se ajuste e uma bicicleta que irá inspirar uma vida inteira de passeios.
Wake up to these better days. No clouds, just sun on my face. Flowers grow through the cracks in the pavement. Fresh kicks and my favorite jeans. Stepping out, living loud and free. Walk around like a brand new melody. Hear me when I'm singing now. It only gets better. Oh, 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 oh. And it keeps getting better. It only gets better. It only gets better. It only gets better.
com a Epic 2021 e hoje exclusivamente para falar da tecnologia Brain. Eu acho que não existe laboratório melhor do que a trilha para falar de suspensão, né? É aqui que a gente vê as coisas acontecendo e as coisas funcionando. Então, para mais de explicar tecnicamente o que é o Brain, a gente vai mostrar imagens para vocês que mostram o comportamento do Brain na trilha. E isso é fundamental. O Brain funciona da seguinte forma: ele não é uma trava, tá? Falar que o Brain é uma trava é subestimar demais a melhor qualidade do Brain, que é a capacidade de se adequar ao terreno através da leitura que ele faz. Uma trava convencional te dá duas situações na sua bicicleta: ou ela está firme ou ela está no estado de amortecimento. O Brain, além de você não ter que pensar em travar e destravar de acordo com o que você está enfrentando na trilha, o Brain faz isso por você e ele personaliza isso por você. Ou seja, cada impacto que vem da trilha, ele lê e te entrega o melhor amortecimento. Então sua bicicleta, sua Epic, vai te entregar a melhor situação de grip, de firmeza e de amortecimento em todo momento, sem que você tenha que pensar. Mas como funciona o Brain? Como que pensa esse cérebro? Ele pensa através da válvula inercial que existe aqui, tá? Essa válvula inercial, ela é sensível a impactos que vêm da trilha, ou seja, depressões, trechos técnicos, buracos, tudo que bate na sua roda, de baixo para cima, faz com que essa válvula inercial se movimente. E o mais interessante aqui é que quando a força é de cima para baixo, ou seja, a força vinda do ciclista, seja o peso do corpo dele ou a força da pedalada, a válvula inercial nem se sensibiliza. Ou seja, quando você está querendo rigidez, você está dando porrada, está querendo pedalar, está querendo ir mais rápido, a válvula não se mexe e te entrega a bicicleta mais rígido possível. Sentiu um impacto do chão, ou seja, impacto de baixo para cima, a válvula se move, libera o fluxo do óleo por todo o sistema. Então, aqui ó, a gente tem a força do ciclista. Você vê que o sistema não se move. Aí agora eu vou simular um impacto do solo. O sistema se move. Segurei aqui para vocês verem melhor. Dessa forma, o Brain cumpre um papel que nenhum outro sistema de suspensão consegue fazer, que é uma leitura personalizada para cada trecho da trilha. Estou aqui on board, tá? Fazendo uma explicação para vocês dos benefícios do Brain numa subida técnica. A válvula inercial trabalha fazendo uma leitura de cada depressão dessa que eu estou passando. Então, a roda tem sempre o melhor grip possível, tá? Então, o que acontece? Numa bicicleta hardtail, quando eu pegasse depressões como essa aqui, o que aconteceria? A roda de trás iria levar um sulavanco forte do chão. O sistema da válvula inercial lê esse impacto que vem do solo e amortece. E assim que passa o impacto, ela já me dá toda a rigidez para que eu possa meter força no pé de vela e seguir sem perder energia. O que aconteceria com uma full suspension com sistema de travas? Para você alcançar o benefício do Brain, você teria que travar e destravar o tempo todo, para que a bicicleta amortecesse quando fosse preciso e tivesse rígida quando fosse preciso. Você poderia ter uma cãibra no dedo. Com o Brain, tudo isso aqui é copiado e te dá a bicicleta todo equilíbrio para você transpor o obstáculo. Eu venho rodando nessa trilha de hardtail há aproximadamente 3 meses. É muito mais fácil você zerar esse trecho e poupar energia com uma Epic Full Suspension com o Brain.
it's pretty cool because we are pro riders. We need everything the best, everything 100%. It's nice. The amateur riders can have the same bike, tires and other components, and especially this race is really hard.
Isso da bicicleta é um diferencial que ele não só conecta a gente, mas mostra quantas as adversidades que a gente sente para eles é igual. Eles só vão mais rápido, sofrem igual.
I mean, the Specialized Epic S-Box, it's one of the best bike for this stage races as Brother Ride or Cape Epic, and I mean for cross country as well.
Eu tenho uma história bem legal com a Epic, assim, porque quando eu comecei a andar de bicicleta, eu tive alguns contratempos médicos mesmo, e eu falei, não, eu vou fazer esse negócio. Felizmente arranjei um outro médico que, entre algumas coisas que ele falou, ele comentou que eu precisava da bicicleta mais adaptável ao terreno possível. E eu fui atrás, na época mesmo, de uma full suspension, foi a Epic que eu encontrei, e ela junta os dois cérebros dela com o meu, e ela vai lendo o terreno, fazendo aquele trabalho de desempenho, controle e conforto. Que são as três coisas que eu acho fundamental para uma prova de 6, 7 dias em cima da bicicleta.
Riding the bike was my favorite hobby when I was small kid. Other sports was quite good, but not so funny for me. So then I was riding more, and then came mountain biking. I love it, and from this time I'm on the bike every day, and it was a very nice time for me.
I got back to the house. My landlord cut the vines down. I hold my keys too tightly in my pocket.
Congratulations! You've just received one special bike, the Hot Walk Carbon. Okay, let's build this thing. You can remove the cardboard or keep it as a bike stand. Make sure you read both manuals before your child's first ride. Let's start with the handlebar. You're gonna need the torque wrench. Woo! The torque wrench comes with 2 interchangeable hex bits. The larger bit is 5 millimeters. That one's for the wheels. The small bit is for the handlebar. Cool, love that one. Insert the hex bit into the torque wrench. Make sure it's in there good. Remove the bolt and the faceplate from the stem. Place the handlebar against the stem and loosely tighten with fingers. Put the S logo right in the middle of the hole. Just line if you need help. After one rotation, tighten each bolt with 1/8 of a turn. Do this in a cross pattern until you reach 5 Newton meters. Careful not to touch the scale. Yeah, you can get a false reading. Beep, boop, beep, 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 bop. Okay, let's get to the saddle. Check the height of the saddle by having your child sit on it. Their feet should be flat on the ground with a slight bend in the knee. Use the 4 millimeter hex bit to loosen the seat collar. Make sure you don't have the seat post out too far. Adjust the height and tighten the collar to 5 to 6 Newton meters. Okay, it's time for a safety check. Make sure the headset is not too loose and your stem is straight. Make sure the wheels spin freely and the lock washers are inserted properly. Reference your manuals if you need any help. Okay, it's done. Put your helmet on and have some fun. You know you're right. That is a pretty special bike.
Congrats! You're the proud new owner of a rad new bike. The Jet, the latest and greatest kids bike from Specialized, designed to grow and adjust with your rider. But before we hit the pavement, let's get things ready to rip. First, open the box and let's take a look at the small parts box. You've got your manuals, your pedals, and all the tools you'll need. Scan the QR code to pull up the Set Up My Jet page. This will help you navigate build instructions, how to adjust components using our Fit tool for the best rider comfort, and how to register your bike. Now let's get your wheel installed. Rotate the front brakes to face forward. Then disconnect the cable by squeezing the arms together to unhook the noodle end from the cradle. Your tire should be facing the correct direction. If you see the word rotation with the arrow pointing to the tail of the bike, turn it around. Loosen the axles nuts and slide it into the fork dropouts. Once it's seated nice and snug, thread the nuts against the dropout. Once you feel resistance, tighten the nut an additional 125 degrees. Don't forget to reconnect the brakes. Just repeat the disconnect steps in reverse. Now we're cooking. Give it a spin to see if everything's tight and centered. It should rotate freely without any wobbles or brake rubbing. Next, let's set up your handlebar. For this part, your torque wrench is going to be your best friend. It helps tighten your bolts and nuts to the proper spec. Using the 4mm hex bit, remove the faceplate bolts from the stem. With the bar in the stem and everything centered, screw the bolts back in with your fingers. Comfort is key, so use our Fit tool to set your bars to the best position for your rider. For now, we'll set them at 0. In an alternating cross pattern, tighten the faceplate bolts with your torque wrench. Tighten each bolt a half turn, then switch the bolt diagonal from it, torquing each to 5.1 Newton meters. All right, your handlebar is set. Now let's take care of your saddle. Slide the seat post into the seat tube. Set the saddle height so your rider can sit on the bike with both feet on the ground. Then, using the torque wrench with the 5mm hex bit, line up the saddle with the bike's frame and tighten the seat collar to 6 to 7 Newton meters. Now that you've got a seat, it's time to add some pedal power to your ride. You'll notice the 2 sets of holes in the cranks. That's because we designed the cranks to adjust as your rider grows. Take the right pedal, thread it into the right side crank arm, and using your 15mm wrench, tighten it clockwise until you feel resistance. Once you feel resistance, tighten it with an additional 45-degree turn. It should be enough to leave an impression on your hands. For the left pedal, you'll do the same except tighten it counterclockwise. Since you can start pedaling now, you're gonna need a way to slow down, so let's check out the brakes. The handbrake comes pre-adjusted from the factory, but check how it feels to see if it needs adjustment. To adjust it, turn the thumb wheels at the front of the brake lever, but don't overturn to where the lever is touching the grip. For any further adjustments, give your authorized specialized retailer a call. Lastly, don't forget to install your reflector. Grab your handy Phillips screwdriver and install the white one on the handlebar and the red one on the seat post. If you haven't already, be sure to check out our Fit tool to adjust the bike to your rider's fit and comfort. Now before you hit the road, let's do a safety check. Check the tightness by standing over the bike and giving your handlebar, stem, and seat post a good twist and push and pull. All nuts, screws, and bolts nice and tight? Check. Your wheels are spinning free and centered with the frame and fork? Check. The brakes aren't rubbing on the wheel and the lever has proper reach? Check. The saddle height has been adjusted to your rider and lined up with the frame? Check. You've read your assembly and owner's manual cover to cover? Check. All right, you're all set. Thanks for being so patient. Now it's time to jet. So grab your helmet and get to ripping.
a terra, uma imensidão de vida, energia, elementos, caminhos, trilhas. Mesmo daqui, sempre buscamos uma experiência de outro mundo. Quando você pensa nisso, o que vem à sua mente? Somos inconstantes, incompletos, inconformados. Um dia, nasce tudo igual, só que diferente. Às vezes, parece que estamos sendo observados, e as respostas nem sempre vêm dos lugares mais óbvios. Bem-vindo à nova era do mountain bike, onde homem e máquina se fundem em um só. Livre, o poder inacreditável de pedalar mais trilhas.
Eu abro os olhos, vejo luzes, sinto em mim uma liberdade, sigo meu instinto, somos um só. Se sentir liberto, pedalamos sem limites. Busco meu espaço, meu caminho, meu destino. Minha energia é minha motivação, minha inspiração. A vontade de explorar caminhos que não percorri. Pedalar e sentir a selva noturna. Eu respiro, eu corro, pedalo, eu sinto.
Enchantée.
Yat she Renee Hutchins Yanisha, Twitch Eatney Nishle, Belagana Bashischin, Talpaha Dashasche, Belagana Dashanella. Without Mother Earth, my ride, my journey would not be. When my tires touch the ground, I feel the enduring stewardship of the land by indigenous peoples that has gone on for millennia and continues today. We are still here. The land and waters are my existence, inseparable from my Dene lifeways and culture. So I'm drawn to pedal, to connect with all of who I am. Riding is whatever I want it to be. Sometimes it's about feeling my heart beating in rhythm with the living beings on the earth, the plants, trees, mountains, rivers, and canyons. Sometimes it's creating art and movement, like tracing with my ink pen. Whether I'm riding somewhere new or in a place I call home, it doesn't matter because my ride is part of a greater journey. What makes it beautiful are the people, places, and the little moments that are woven together. This is why I love to move at the speed of connection. I honor the land and my ancestors because who I am is vital to my life journey. Riding is how I embrace it all. It's your ride, your journey, so you might as well experience it.
Ready?
Hi, I'm Eric Jepson. I'm the graphics manager here at Specialized for components.
Brandon Boswell, I'm a designer.
John Takal, I am a footwear designer.
Dylan Bumpington, I'm an industrial designer.
Jimmy Browning, I am the lead graphic designer for fitness category.
Kayla Claret, I work on the design team.
Elaine Lanous, I am the graphics director here at Specialized.
And this is the River Roll. Basically, I wanted to design a bike that you could take on your fly fishing adventure to get you to the fishing hole in record time. You can take all your gear with you and step through geometry on this bike to allow you to ride in your waders.
Pretty much a city cruiser slash skateboard photography general ride. Upgraded on the front over here with a skateboard rack so you can get to all the local skate spots. Also towing your camera equipment, whatever you're gonna need. Skitch bar on the back here so you can tow your buddies.
This is the iRoll. Main design inspiration and use for this bike was for Burning Man, actually. There's probably over 1,000 eyes epoxied to the front end of the frame. Some storage up front, have my cup. Rode this for 9 days in the desert. It was pretty fun.
The inspiration for my rainbow roll is my wife, Nicole. And I wanted to make her something super fun, exciting, vibrant, and youthful for her to ride around with our 2 kids, to go to the park, to go on a picnic, and just basically to have fun on.
The inspiration for this bike was Jamie Anderson. She's a professional snowboarder, really into yoga and taking care of herself, her mental health, physical health. So the inspiration for this bike was to be a piece of transportation that takes you to your happy place. The color inspiration was Lake Tahoe, the color shifting from the dark blue waters to the light blue waters.
This is my role. The inspiration came a lot from wanting to make a balance between the form and function. Form, I just want to make sure that this thing was ready to get downtown, do what I need, put pizza up front, grab coffee, a few 6-packs and be able to get to the park and relax. At the same time, I wanted fashion to really play a part into this. The designs are all based on Deucin Deucin. Applying that to a bike is a really interesting project.
The muse for the Booze Cruise was the creative director from the TV show Mad Men. Like Don Draper, the bike represents a time off slim suits, prosperity, and whiskey lunches. So Don Draper's not really a cyclist, so I wanted to make this bike simple. So we've got 1x drivetrain, an 8-speed internal hub Di2, carbon brakes. This whole mini bar section is completely handmade out of carbon fiber. And some stylish wooden handmade fenders to stop your suit getting dirty, I guess. I don't know.
Esse espírito da Chive combina muito com o Iron Man, porque eu acho que não tem nenhum campeonato mundial que os amadores, os profissionais participam da mesma prova, no mesmo horário, no mesmo dia.
Eu acho que o mais legal, né, do nosso esporte, do Ironman aqui no Havaí, é a gente poder fazer a mesma prova dos nossos ídolos, a mesma prova que a gente um dia assistiu na TV, né, no computador, acompanhou os profissionais. É exatamente a mesma prova, a mesma distância e ainda utilizando o mesmo material, né, nesse caso, eu utilizando a mesma bicicleta da Fernanda, da Lucy Charles, da Sarah Tu. É incrível, é tipo um sonho se tornando realidade.
Quando eu comecei a fazer triatlon, não existia, né, o triatlon. Então, assim, foi uma grande aventura e isso sempre foi meu estilo de viver, sabe? Então, assim, eu tô aqui, é questão de pertencimento, assim. É uma conquista de uma vida inteira dedicada a um esporte.
O esporte é, sem dúvida, uma parte muito importante da minha vida, é uma das prioridades, eu não me imagino sem o esporte, eu não sou profissional. Ninguém tá fazendo porque tá ganhando, quanto que eu vou ganhar para correr essa prova. Aqui todo mundo tá aqui porque ama. Então você vê pessoas que estão lesionadas ou que por algum motivo tiveram várias dificuldades para chegar nessa prova. E é por amor que elas fazem isso. Para nós, amadores, não é uma obrigação. A gente acorda cedo, a gente dorme menos, porque a gente ama. E não dá para explicar. O que me motiva a estar aqui, eu quero, sempre que eu tiver saúde e puder vir, eu vou vir. Porque essa semana é a mais importante do triatlo mundial. E eu amo esse esporte e eu quero estar aqui sempre que eu puder.
Eu nunca abri mão. As pessoas acabam vivendo isso com você. As pessoas que te amam, elas vivem isso aqui de uma forma tão intensa, assim. Títulos e recordes, eles vão embora. Mas o que vale disso tudo aqui é o quanto você consegue compartilhar dessa experiência. Então, eu acho que isso é o espírito, né? Essa troca, assim, do que realmente é superar. É misturar tudo isso, né? A tecnologia, a performance da Chive, a nossa experiência, os avanços que a Cissa passa pra gente como nutricionista, pra gente fazer uma prova, né, mais tranquila. É todo dia você querer ser melhor do que você foi ontem. Não importa se você tem 20 anos ou se você já tá com mais de 50, como é o meu caso, mas a minha paixão é idêntica e o meu tesão pelo esporte é o mesmo, assim. Então é por isso que eu tô aqui.
The embodiment of madness. What does 2 decades of obsession look like?
Hello, I'm Geo.
We bring you the latest cybernetic advancements from Specialized, built with body geometry, a system in which we identify a problem, solve it through design, and validate with science.
A welcome improvement.
This is our fastest and most powerful model yet. Body geometry shoes begin with the Varus wedge, a 1.5mm outward tilt to the outsole that stabilizes the foot, aligning the ankle, knee, and hip for efficient and powerful pedaling. To prevent foot collapse, body geometry footbeds feature 3 levels of arch support, all of which are customizable.
Where's my foot?
And by separating bones in the forefoot,
Blue, please.
a metatarsal button ensures that delicate nerves in the foot are kept cool and comfortable. Next, ergonomic saddles keep Geo secure and comfortable whilst pedaling. Soft tissue pressure mapping, penile blood flow measurement, and of course, rigorous buttocks testing inform the design of our 3D printed and liquid polymer matrix saddle, improving performance in every setting. And finally, body geometry gloves protect nerves and blood flow to prevent numbness.
Assuring a confident grip throughout your ride.
Geo here is the most powerful version of itself yet.
Say powerful again.
If spending 25 years perfecting the connection between bike and body is mad,
Consider us crazy.
Until now, helmets only added protection during a crash. Thanks to MIPS, which adds an extra layer of protection to your ride. And our innovative Angie sensor, specialized helmets now add protection before, during, and after a crash. Angie stands for Angular and G-Force Indicator. It's a patented device containing sensors designed to measure the forces that typically occur during a bicycle crash, It works by measuring and interpreting unique characteristics of these forces. To use Angie, simply pair the sensor with a smartphone on which you've downloaded the specialized ride app. During your ride, if the Angie sensor detects a potential crash, it will connect to the ride app on your smartphone, which will sound an alarm and start a countdown. If you're okay, go ahead, cancel the countdown and keep riding. If, however, you're injured and unable to cancel the countdown, the app will send a text or email alert to your emergency contacts, telling them you may have been in an accident. In addition to notifying your contacts that you may have crashed, Angie and the Ride app will also send GPS coordinates of your last known location to all of the contacts you've listed in the Ride app. Angie connects you to help when you need it most. Several specialized helmet models now come equipped right out of the box with the Angie sensor. All other new specialized helmets are Angie ready and feature a specially designed mount that makes attaching an aftermarket Angie sensor quick and easy. A free 1-year premium subscription to the Ride app is included with the purchase of any Angie-equipped specialized helmet or Angie aftermarket sensor. The specialized Ride app is available for iPhone at the Apple App Store and for Android at Google Play. Angie-equipped helmets, Angie-ready helmets, and Angie aftermarket sensor are all now available at authorized specialized retailers. With Angie, this helmet calls for help.
Number 1, step forward.
Sometimes when I ride my bike, I get numbness in my hoo-ha.
Number 2, step forward.
Sometimes I feel pressure in my swimsuit area.
Step forward.
The saddle is making my lady bits lash out.
You know, the greatest trick that society ever pulled was to convince women that they shouldn't talk about saddle pain. Like it's taboo or something.
But we're going to talk about it, aren't we?
Of course.
You know, because it's a big deal, Andy.
Yep. It's astounding how many women aren't riding because of it. And in some extreme cases, women are actually seeking a surgical intervention to fix the problem.
Let's stop beating around the bush, okay?
Wait, time out. Andy, is this really a thing? Women are having surgery on their...
You can say it.
All right, cut.
Do you want me to go more or less with this?
They're getting surgery on it?
Let's take it from the top. And action.
I want to talk about the pain and the numbness that I'm feeling in my lady parts, Andy.
Yeah?
Because we're sick of it.
I don't know how it feels. But what I do know is Women's Power Saddle with Mimic technology was designed with real data and testing from over thousands of miles of riding.
How do you explain this? Do you want me to go higher? Okay.
No.
You have anything to say? Talk to me, Andy!
Well, this is the new saddle I was talking about. And this is your pelvis. Well, not your pelvis, but your But anyways, one of the things that we discovered during the discovery was...
Who's the expert now?
People think that the cutout is the answer to discomfort. Well, let me tell you, it ain't.
Yeah, the cutout is not cut out for it.
I've been doing body geometry for a long time, Allison, and I can tell you, the human crotch isn't designed to bear weight. Like water on a sidewalk, soft tissue always looks for the path of least resistance. So we found that we needed to relieve pressure in certain areas, but we also needed to create support for soft tissue, something to equalize pressure. That's how Mimic technology was born. You've got the soft foam on the nose that takes pressure off the front, firmer foam here for structural support, and then you have the soft memory foam here for anatomical support. It's all about finding homeostasis and equalizing fluid pressures.
Hot for every woman everywhere who's experiencing pain and numbness in their vagina. I'm gonna kick up the tears. I'm gonna kick up the tears.
Line?
You don't have to suffer in silence anymore. And this is going to solve all the mysteries of women's pain and suffering.
No way!
It is not a crime. Vaginas are not an uncomfortable subject. You can go.
How many miles a day do you ride? Wait, let's say it at the same time.
Are you actually a real doctor?
3.
206.
So you know like CPR and stuff?
I have a beach cruiser. Do you know what those are? When I wear flip-flops, my feet kind of clam up. Do you ever get that?
All specialized helmets are now available with MIPS, giving you an extra layer of protection. Today, we introduce the next generation, MIPS SL. MIPS SL integrates this patented brain protection technology into the comfort padding itself. The result is the lightest and most comfortable version of MIPS to date, exclusively in specialized helmets. Here's how it works.
The human brain is much more sensitive for rotational motion than a linear motion. It's very similar to butter. It's a gel-like structure. So when we just move it like this, it will not be that deformed. But when rotating the skull, the brain will not really slide with it, and that's why we get high deformations in the brain when it's moving inside of the skull. MIPS is a system that reduces the forces to your brain. Normally helmets are tested for pure vertical impacts. MIPS is also tested for an angle impact, and what we have done is that we have installed a system that will reduce the rotational forces to your brain.
My name is Chris Peterzak. I'm the head of innovation here at MIPS. MIPS is a brain protection system that reduces rotational motion by moving 10 to 15 millimeters during an impact. We're here to launch a new MIPS system with a specialized product. This system incorporates the low friction layer into the padding itself. It decreases weight, increases ventilation and comfort.
Meu nome é Sofia e minha idade é 5. Eu comecei a pedalar com 3 anos. Quando eu tinha 4 anos eu comecei com ela. Mas eu comecei porque eu tinha uns 4, mas eu comecei nela porque eu já estava meio grande com 4 anos. Eu quero aprender a empinar e saltar ramo, porque eu já sei um pouco saltar na rua. Eu olho um pouco, descanso, respiro fundo e vou. Feliz Dia da Criança!
We're staying home tonight. far away from the bustle and the bright city lights. Let them all fade away. Just leave us alone, and we'll live in a world of our own.
Oh my love, I cried for you so much. Lonely nights without sleeping while I long for your touch. Now your lips can erase the heartache I've known. Come with me to a world of our own.
We'll build a world of our own that no one else can share. All our sorrows we'll leave far behind us there. And I know you will find there'll be peace of mind when we live in a world of our own. And I know you will find there'll be peace of mind when we live in a world of our own.
As novas sapatilhas S-Work 6 têm algo em comum: performance incomparável. Nenhuma sapatilha entrega tantos benefícios ao ciclista como esta. A começar pelo solado Body Geometry Fit, que consiste em um suporte para o arco do pé, uma palmilha que melhora o fluxo sanguíneo e evita formigamentos, e um ângulo da sola que otimiza o alinhamento entre quadril, joelho e o pé do ciclista durante a pedalada. O resultado final é muito mais conforto, uma maior eficiência na entrega de potência e a redução das chances de lesões. E para elevar ainda mais esse resultado, as S-Work 6 vêm com a exclusiva tecnologia Pad Lock Heel, que firma ainda mais o seu calcanhar no lugar durante a pedalada. Isso tudo somado ao solado Powerline, que além de aliviar o peso, ajuda a aumentar a rigidez da sapatilha. Nos modelos S-Work 6, utilizamos a tecnologia de trava da marca Boa, que permite vestir sua sapatilha de forma super rápida e facilita o ajuste durante a pedalada. Para quem está buscando ainda mais estilo, a S-Works Sub 6 utiliza fixação através de cadarços que não absorvem água e não laceiam. O resultado é uma sapatilha ainda mais leve e mais aerodinâmica. E o nosso mais novo lançamento este ano é a sapatilha S-Works Cross Country 6, que ainda tem o benefício de uma estrutura mais reforçada e um solado que permite caminhar nas trilhas quando for necessário desmontar da sua bicicleta.
your crystal ball.
What if we broke the rules on the way that bikes are supposed to be made, the way that they're supposed to be ridden? What if that bike was focused entirely around the purest experience of road riding that we can imagine? A bike that was meant to elevate the romance when everything disappears and human and machine become one. The moments when we lose ourselves in the reverence of dancing up a climb or telepathically carving through its descent. Roads melt into ours and liberate us from the constraints and thoughts that surround everyday life. What if we built a bike simply for the love of riding? What if?
Here it is, the moment the trail betrays you, with its slick roots and jagged rocks. Your doom is foretold. And this clown, don't listen to him. brain explodes with one thought.
Have we said the name of the bike yet? Anyone?
This is Todd from Specialized. He works on the Stumpy.
It's not Stumpy. It's Stump Jumper. It's the new Stump Jumper.
Here's a refresher. Every Stump Jumper owes homage to this killer, born in 81. It's had 26-inch wheels and 29-inch wheels.
Don't forget 27.5.
In 93, the Stump Jumper went full enduro. More spandex? Oh no. Never go full enduro. Point being, the Stump Jumper evolves with the riding of the day. And today's riding is...
Burns, jumps, ruts. Hot laps. Burns, jumps, ruts. Hot laps. Burns, jumps, ruts. Hot laps. Burns, jumps, ruts.
That's a bit awkward.
Okay, Todd.
You guys haven't even talked about the frame or suspension yet? Like, that's the new hotness. Have you guys talked to Mick yet? Mick! Hey, Mick!
Meet King of Suspension, Mike McAndrews. Mike's groundbreaking suspension designs include the OG Mag 21, Boxer, and inertia valve.
The bike consistent all the way through the travel. New kinematics. Active under all trail conditions. Small bump, sensitivity. Mid-stroke and bottom-out support. Equation, physics. Pure steez. Basically, with the all-new FSR, gives you usable travel when you need it. Fairly simple.
This is Jason. This is another Jason. The Jasons are the engineers behind the new Stump Jumper.
Asymmetric design makes the frame 20% stiffer.
Actually, it's 19.9999999% stiffer.
What do trail bikes have to do with the wind tunnel?
It's expensive.
As I was saying, every Stump Jumper frame is right at first engineered. The asymmetrical design legitimately stiffens up the frame by 20%, meaning right at true line. We call it the sidearm.
Name everything. I mean, this is Specialized.
The bike's longer, slacker, and you can adjust the geo with the flip chip. No more proprietary BS, you can run any metric shock you want, and we brought back a threaded BB.
Here it comes.
Love it. Just make sure they know it climbs.
Yeah, it climbs. Now back to this moment of truth. You versus the trail, versus gravity, versus that rock. It's the moment when the term all guts, no glory makes sense. This is what the Stump Jumper is designed for. Oh yeah. Lit. Stump Jumper, the ultimate trail bike. Previously at Specialized, the Stump Jumper, the ultimate trail bike.
That last shot is so sick. That was fun.
Good job, dude. Nice job.
Cool.
Good job,
Nice
guys.
work. Thanks for the makeup.
Nice!
All right, Specialized. Back to work. Levo, what do we got?
Well,
We got a global phenomenon on our hands, Todd. Levo lover clubs in Italy, Spain, Germany. Pretty much the entire planet.
North America?
We're working on it.
Not since the S-Works penny farthing has a bike so revolutionized the sport of mountain biking. Bottom line, it's a shit ton of fun.
We can say then?
I don't know. Now what?
New Levo.
Right.
This is the Swiss Specialized office in Switzerland,
no, they probably get more vacation time than we do.
What's a vacation?
where Marco, head specialized ideologist, works.
I have so many ideas. I'm floating. It's you. Only faster.
Battery's good, but I think we make the battery bigger, as in 700 watt hours.
More fun.
Meaning 40% more range.
Yeah, more fun.
Meaning a big f***ing battery connected to a powerful custom motor.
Marco, das ist genug.
Une ascension. 2000 mètres. À 20%. No problem.
Link the battery, the motor to an integrated system run by an app.
Tell the app your height, your weight.
So, bike Tinder.
Ouais. Super sick.
Yeah.
We integrate mission control, which has smart control, to automatically adjust motor power for more control.
Adios range anxiety.
All these ideas build a lighter, more efficient, more powerful, longer lasting Levo. Our TCU Turbo Connect unit, Bluetooth
All
connects your phone.
right. Translation. If you think about it, in life, it's great to have a little fun. What's better than a little fun? Some Levo fun. We're talking the kind of fun you used to get grounded for.
Hausarrest.
The fun you can dunk your cookies in. Fun so delicious you could eat it, throw it up, and eat it again. And if mountain biking is your cup of fun, riding a Levo is straight bonkers fun. More trails, more hot laps, more mountain biking. So let's all laugh in the face of our eventual death. And start having a lot more fun. Because riding a Levo is literally mind-blowing fun.
I hate it when people say literally and they really mean it.
The all-new Levo, the power to ride more trails.
When do you decide to call something epic? Does a 3-decade obsession with racing qualify?
Danger and effort beyond belief.
How about gold medals and rainbow stripes? Or unleashing the first full suspension cross-country race bike? Shattering all conventional thought. For that race across Africa. For the madness of 90 minutes at the absolute limit.
Describe this bike in one word.
Perfect. Decision made. Introducing the completely redesigned, specialized Epic. Built to smash the modern race course. Built with a completely redesigned brain suspension. Built on the legacy of heroes. To be the fastest race bike on the planet.
The crowd roars to bring home their hero.
There's so much that's special about this new shoe. We've innovated from the ground up every single part of the shoe. We've broken down, analyzed, looked at the feedback, and built into the new shoe that we see on here on the table today. Everything we do is driven by science. We really want things that we can test and evaluate and actually measure a performance difference. And it's all about just supporting the natural angulation of the body itself, of the foot, the knee, and the hip to reduce the chances of injury and also increase the amount of power and comfort you have when you're riding in the shoe. The aim of the creation of this shoe is something that people can be proud of, to own and to ride in. And so every single element, the finishing that we've aimed for at this top level, we're really aiming for something really highly engineered and a switch-swatch kind of feeling rather than a toy-like quality. We really focus on making something that people can be proud of. My name is Rob Cook. I look after shoe design here at Specialized.
Shit.
I swear.
With 20 years of refinement, the specialized brain suspension continues to define the madness of cross-country racing. A dance between speed and efficiency through any terrain. With any terrain, climb or technical downhill, the brain shock transitions seamlessly between two optimized suspension states. A firm platform for climbing and sprinting efficiency, and an open state, delivering a fully active suspension feel. In the brain's default state, a brass mass restricts oil flow, effectively locking the suspension. The rider's effort powers the rear wheel with no loss of energy. Maximum watts, pure speed. The instant the rear wheel encounters a bump, an automatic reaction begins. The rear wheel is pushed upwards, while the brass mass stays in place, exposing ports for oil to flow freely, resulting in a fully active suspension movement. In this state, the brain shock smooths bumps and forces to the rider. Once the bumps are no longer present, the brass mass returns to its default position, restricting the flow of oil and locking the suspension. The rider tunes the brain pedaling platform with brain fade. Adjusting the brain towards soft increases brain fade, softening the initial pedaling platform. This results in an increase in comfort and suspension compliance. Adjusting the dial towards firm decreases brain fade and firms the pedaling platform. In the firmest setting, the shock is effectively locked from the rider-induced impact. This instant displacement of fluid and pressure is a triumph of mechanics and physics, all happening faster than you can think or push a lever. A key advantage in making the Epic the fastest cross-country race bike on the planet.